Hey guys, it's Windy from Windys.Art. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Moon Festival! In today's video, I'm going to show you how to paint a mooncake in watercolor. I'll talk about how I create the texture and walk you through step by step how I complete this painting. Now if you're ready, grab your pens and paper and let's start painting. As always, I start with my sketch. I drew out the basic shape and I mark out the imprinting on the top of the cake so it's easier for the coloring process later. Then I put a base layer on over the mooncake and avoid the yolk area while coloring. After that, I start painting from the cake on the left side. I add darker shades to the imprinting on top of the mooncake while the paper is still wet so the color blends out nicely. Next, I add the base layer on the yolk and the filling on the sliced side. And I add darker shades on top of that while the paper is still wet, and this will create the natural blending color we want. Next, I paint out the darker areas on the imprint on top. I like holding two brushes in hand, one for adding darker shades and the other one for adding clean water to soften the hard edges, so you don't have to constantly rinse your pen brushes. Also, leave the reflection areas blank while coloring. For the filling, I put a second layer on, then add darker shades around the end, especially the bottom areas so it pops out more. For the yolk, I first add the orange tone color, then I add darker shades while the paper is still wet around the middle areas. And you can soften the hard edges using clean water so it looks more natural. Then I add darker details of the cake to the sliced half and strengthen the yolk again. After that, you can see the imprint needs to be strengthened again, so I go back and add the darker shades to the shadow areas to make it look more 3D. Then I move to the mooncake on the right side. Because I already put the base layer earlier, so I start painting the darkest area on the imprint. Same as before, I hold two brushes in hand, one for adding color and the other one for adding clean water. Make sure to leave reflection areas blank while coloring so the painting won't look too flat. And because the imprint has more details, I like observing the reference photo before coloring to avoid mistakes. Next, I add darker shades on the side of the cake around the edge and the bottom areas so it looks more 3D. For the touch-up, I like to go back to see if there's any details missing or any areas that need to be strengthened again. Lastly, I add shadows around the bottom areas of the mooncake. I first add the clean water, then I add colors while the paper is still wet, so the color blends out nicely. Now the painting is done here. I really hope it's helpful and you've enjoyed it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you never miss out on my weekly art videos and tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great holiday. I'll see you next week. Bye!